Hello 55th, this is Lieutenant Feltz from your unit ministry team, and today I'm going to be talking about what exactly we in the chaplaincy can do for you. Now there are a lot of misconceptions and a lot of different ideas about what exactly we do, so that's why I'm here. But first, let me define something for you. Throughout this video you're going to hear me say the acronym UMT a lot, and what that stands for is Unit Ministry Team. Now your UMT consists of anyone who's been assigned specifically for the religious programming purposes. This includes chaplains, chaplain assistants, and chaplain candidates. There's no set size as to what makes up a UMT. So it could just be a single chaplain, or it could be 2 chaplains and 4 chaplain's assistants. Both are UMTs. Next, it's also worth noting that your UMT is not the one who comes up with the religious programming for your unit. That decision is actually made by your commander. Your UMT is there to help support your commander's religious program, or CRP. Now the mission of your UMT can be summed up in 3 words: perform or provide. Although to be fair, there are some things that fall outside of those categories, which I'll get to a little bit later. Your chaplain will be able to perform religious rites based on their theological and spiritual backgrounds. For example, I'm a United Methodist, which is a Protestant denomination of Christianity. Theologically, I can baptize infants and offer communion to anyone who wants it. But that will not be true of every chaplain. And chaplains will put together religious services based on their faith backgrounds. And this is what we mean by perform. I can perform religious rites from my theological and spiritual background. And currently within the 55th, that means that we have a general Protestant service during battle assembly weekends. Because both myself and Chaplain Clark are Protestants. But let's say you're not a Protestant. Let's say you're Catholic, or maybe you're a Sunni Muslim, or maybe you're an Odinist, and you don't want to go to a Protestant service. Instead, you'd rather practice or maybe explore a different faith. This is where your UMT is supposed to specifically provide for you. This may mean that your UMT provides time and transportation for you to visit a local synagogue or mosque. It might mean your UMT provides you information on another faith. Or it might mean that we need to help coordinate so that you can have a worship service during battle assembly weekend. For example, if a Muslim soldier came to me requesting time for a worship service, there are certain things I would do. First, I would go to the commander and make the request known. I would then try to find appropriate locations for the soldier to worship, as well as try to track down any appropriate resources that the soldier may need. In this example, Qurans, prayer rugs, and maybe a local imam to come in and offer some teaching. And if you're curious about different philosophies, worldviews, or faith backgrounds, go talk to your UMT. Now it's worth noting that not every request for religious support is going to be able to be accommodated for a variety of reasons. Some practices, rites, and rituals are dangerous and put other soldiers at risk. Sometimes there simply isn't time to put together a worship service for someone. And sometimes the op-tempo just dictates that the worship service cannot be met. But you should always feel comfortable going to your UMT with a request. Now, in addition to performing and providing religious services, there are a few other things that your UMT can do for you that you should be aware of. First of all, your chaplain is uniquely positioned in the chain of command to have an audience with both your top NCO and your commanding officer. And this gives your chaplain a unique audience with the command structure. Because of our proximity to both soldiers and commanders, we're often referred to as having a finger on the pulse of the unit. Now that isn't to say that what you tell us is immediately told to the commander or your first sergeant. Your unit's chaplain has been given the strictest level of confidence the Army has. Whatever you tell us, if you request it remain in confidence, cannot be shared. Additionally, most chaplains have some level of training and counseling, though that will vary from chaplain to chaplain. Now this is by no means a comprehensive list of everything that your unit ministry team can do, but it is a basic outline of what your UMT is capable of. If you're curious about what more your UMT can do, feel free to ask your chaplain candidate, or your chaplain assistant. Remember, I love you and there is nothing you can do about it.